G'day, GameReviewsAU fans, growl mantlers, how are you going? I'm Dan from GameReviewsAU, thanks for joining me for another review. This one is called the DioField Chronicle, and I played it on PS5, and it is a astoundingly beautiful game, extremely attractive. The combat system is really cool as well, but unless you're willing to sit through lots and lots of dialogue and lots of politics and lots of talk about kingdoms battling other kingdoms and alliances and nations and all that stuff, you know, it's gonna be a bit of a bore. I mean, yeah, the combat, as I said, it's amazing. It's really fun. There's so much depth to it, so much strategy to, you know, strategize. But the main story of the game, it completely lost me. I did expect this, to be honest. I could see that it was like one of those kingdom alliances. I don't even know how you describe those games. Medieval warfare sort of games with all the politics and whatnot. And you've got talks about all the, you know, the higher ups wanting to do this and waging war and all this, that, and the other. I mean, there is a cool sort of bit, you know, that goes a different direction with undead monsters and stuff coming out. I won't go too much into that because, you know, you'll find that out when you play the game. But yes, it's attractive. I will say that. The character design, really cool. The character abilities in combat, fantastic, superb. Everything about the combat, I love. I forget how they describe it now. It's basically like a real-time tactical strategy game. So the enemies are constantly coming at you. You don't take turns. Time always flows until you select one of your characters, or, you know, multiple characters, and then time freezes. And you can direct them to do things. You can tell them to march over there, or you can tell them to go and attack baddies, or destroy interactive objects in the field that can do things like blow up and whatnot. Go pick up treasure chests, or yeah, activate their abilities. And these abilities, they're really cool and they're really useful too. Each character has their own sort of, well, abilities unique to them, and they will all, apart from looking gorgeous, they will all greatly help turn the tide of battle for you. The first couple of levels, combat battles that I played, I didn't use the abilities as much because I thought, oh, you know, I'll save the spell points for later. But to be fair, you charge them up fast enough to be able to use your abilities heaps throughout combat. Some of them will do like massive AoE damage, some of them will heal, put up shields for your team. Some of them need to be channeled, so as soon as your character moves, that channeling finishes, and so does the ability. Some of them will knock the enemy closer to your team, or, you know, behind whoever's using that ability. And when you are behind an enemy, you do extra damage. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoy the combat. If this was a game that focused more on the combat, less on the story, I mean, it would be right up my alley. But because of the story, I did have to skip quite a bit because I was just waiting and waiting for the combat to start. And I was like, come on, I've got a new character, let me see how they go. I'm sorry, but I'm not really interested in the semantics of everything. You know, who this character is, or the backstory and whatnot. Just show me what their abilities are, how they can help in combat. So yeah, I'm really torn about this game, the DioField Chronicle. Extremely attractive, fun to play when you're in combat, but the story and just the everything that you do outside of combat is a real drag. There are plenty of things to do outside of combat, you know, like upgrading characters, decking them out with new gear, so on and so forth. There are obviously the main quests that you follow that progresses the normal storyline, and there are also sub-quests that will let you get to know more about characters and whatnot. Kind of cool, but again, I just want to play the combat, man. Skip combat. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing it, but I'm having fun. That's my take on it. But because of that, I can't help but give the DioField Chronicle on PS5 3 out of 5 stars. That main storyline stuff really drags it down. Yeah. If you like this review, please hit the thumbs up button down below. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and if you do so choose to do so, leave a comment down below. Also, please check out my Patreon page. Consider pledging a few bucks. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the flip side. Oh yeah, bye.